Hi, this is Kate from Workplace Wellness, and this is our practice for hips and hamstrings. We'll spend a lot of time on hands and knees in tabletop and downward dog kind of positions. So it's nice to have a blanket or a cushion or something like that that you can throw under your knee if you need it. As always, it is so important to suit your body and only do things that feel good for you. So you can follow as much or as little of this as you like. It's really, really important to listen to your body and how it feels and not force anything that doesn't feel good. So as I said, the focus is hips and hamstrings, so a lot of the lower body kind of stuff today. The breath in yoga is very helpful when stretching. We try and breathe in and out through the nose. And on nice big stretches, nice long exhales out through the nose can be really good. So let's get started. We're going to come into a tabletop position, hands and knees. And first, just a few cat-cows, just to shake off the day, moving your spine from the crown of your head all the way to your tailbone. And allowing yourself to breathe as you do this. How many times can you do it? And how much space can you create in your body? After that, just having a little wiggle or a stretch side to side, shoulders, head, neck, creating circles or spaces, and just have some time now to have a play. Have a little mess around while you're here and see what's what for you. Then from that space, when you're ready, what we're going to do is just work with, well, first of all, take the feet together, knees wide, and press the pelvis back to your heels as the head drops down. So this is child's pose. This is our resting position. You can breathe deep and it should feel nice for you. You can also bend your elbows here so that it just feels a little bit more comfortable on your body. Then, after you've done child's pose, when you're ready for it, reach your arms as far forward as you can. And we're going to inhale to roll forwards a little. Let the belly button drop down towards the floor, let your tailbone lift up, and then just exhale, rock back. So it's going to be roll forwards, rock back. Just like that a few times for your body, for your spine, for your hips, for your pelvis. And then after you've done a little bit like that, we're going to go to all fours, hands and knees. And just practice shifting your weight of your pelvis to the left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center. And from here you can roll all around in big juicy circles, creating a lovely big release. Think about your pelvis and see if you can circle around and around and around and around in both directions. And just see how that frees up the lower back. You might even imagine you had a tail and you're just wagging it from side to side, or you're tucking it under and letting it lift. So that we're again just freeing up the hips and pelvis from a day at the desk. After a bit of time with that, this is one where you might want to cushion the knee. I want you to try and take your right leg all the way up to the outside of your right hand and your left knee on the floor. So if you want to throw a cushion under your left knee, do that. With your right leg, when your hands are inside of it, when you sink the weight down like this, you're going to try and have your knee above your ankle, not the knee coming in front of the ankle like this. So a nice long wide stance. Then your two arms go inside of the right foot, if you can manage it. And we're going to warm up those hips and hamstrings. So exhale to rock forward, should be a stretch here. Or inhale to rock forward, because then we can exhale while you pull back. And if you breathe like that, just really gently inhaling to rock forwards, exhaling to draw back. We can use these movements as you rock the pelvis forward and backwards to create lots of space in your hips and your hamstrings today. After you've done a little bit of this hip and hamstring work, we're going to roll forward. So you're going to come into your lunge on that right side. Left knee stays cushioned here. Keep breathing. Keep thinking about dropping the back of your pelvis, this area here in the sacrum, down and forwards. Keeping your right knee bent, taking a lot of weight into your left arm now, so their hand can go wherever is comfy. We're going to free up the right arm. You can come to your right knee, or if it feels good, you can rotate your spine. So now your belly button turns towards your right knee. Once you've done that, if it feels okay for you here, you can either keep the hand on the right knee or rotate up in a lovely big circle in this position. Neck should feel free, breath should be nice and easy. And we're just creating space here, nice long neck, lots of deep breaths. When you've had enough of that, your right hand is going to come down on the floor. 2 arms now are inside of that right leg still. And you can stay here for a nice stretch, where those of you that are more flexible could take your right elbow down on the grid. Maybe the left one joins too. If that's too much, what I sometimes like to do is just work on dropping the shoulder down. And then breathing into that nice strong exhale as we create space. You'll see I'm having a really gentle circular kind of sway here as well. So as long as that is okay for you, as long as it doesn't hurt your knee, that can be a really nice idea while you're here as well. When you've had enough of that, we're going to slowly come back now so that you're kneeling on your left knee and your right leg, your front leg is gone straight. From this position, if your body allows, slide the right leg a bit more forward. Come up on your right heel, think about the toes coming back towards your body, your quad, this big muscle here engaging, and your hands could either be up like this, if it feels nice, down on the floor for balance, or if you're feeling really flexible, reaching them in front of your right foot. Whatever direction you're going today, think about sending your chest, your heart here, and your chin forward towards your big toe. And then you should be getting a nice stretch in your right leg. It can also be bent here a little bit, by the way. As long as you're getting a stretch in the back of the leg, that's all that's important. Breathe into this for about 10 seconds. Nice big strong exhales every time you're breathing here, creating more and more and more space. When you've had enough of that stretch, you can just bend the right leg a little, take the hands in front, see if you can swing that right leg back, give things a little breather. And this time it's your back right knee that's going to be cushioned with a blanket or a prop so that you can have the hands on the floor, start in tabletop, lift up the left leg, see if you can drag it to the top of the mat. How does that feel? From here, the 2 hands are inside your left leg. We rock the pelvis forward a little bit and we pull back. And that's the movement that we're going to play with as we warm up the hips and pelvis. 2 arms are strong inside the left foot. Right knee is cushioned on the floor. Remember when you lunge down, you want your knee here to be above the ankle and not coming in front of it. Otherwise you'll lose a lot of that hip stretch. So we're rocking forwards and backwards, in and out. It's really nice to inhale as you come forward and exhale as you go back. But feel free to breathe whatever way suits you as you just let your body open here and have a little bit of a play. Once you've created all of that space now around your hip, we're going to rock forwards. Let your right arm take a lot of weight. You can take your left hand to your left knee, so front arm to front knee. When you've done that, your right arm supports you and we can begin to rotate your spine so that your belly button points towards your front knee. When you've done that, try to avoid coming out of a lunge like this. Try to stay low in the lunge, in that rotation while you're breathing here. And if it feels good, you can also reach your left arm up to the ceiling, looking up or looking forwards while you breathe. Keep dropping the pelvis down, rotating open, creating space, letting the breath flow. From here, when you're ready, the left hand comes down on the floor. We sink lower into your lunge, and there's an option for your left elbow to touch the ground. Right hand can join, or my favorite, excuse me, my favorite is just letting that left shoulder drop and breathing into this space. So you avoid leaning all your weight over to the right. Keep it to the left, keep breathing. Nice big exhales, feel your hip release. Movement here is okay as well, as long as it doesn't hurt your knee. And then when you've had enough of that, your 2 arms come back in and straight. We rock back a little bit, allowing you to straighten this left leg. You can slide it more forward, come onto your left toes, and then you can decide, do you want to be up like this, on the thigh, hands on the hips, hands on the floor, or really walking the hands forward. The more that you push into the heel and pull the toes to your face, this kind of movement. Engage your quad, and then press your chin, chest and heart in the direction of your left big toe. The more you're going to feel this deep stretch in the back of the left leg. Keep breathing into that place. Keep that lovely breath flowing. Feel your body while you're here. Nice, deep, full, big breaths. Couple more, maybe 10 seconds. And then when you're ready and you've had enough of that, you can release out. You can lean a little to the side, drag that leg back. You can either have a child's pose here, or you can continue the hip releasing by swirling that pelvis all around and creating space. We're going to do downward facing dog now, so if it doesn't suit your shoulders or if you're tired, child's pose is a lovely option instead. But downward dog will allow us to create lots of length in the spine, wiggle the hips, move the head, neck, shoulders. Those of us with tight calves, which is a lot of us, you can bend one knee and really deeply push into the opposite heel. You should get a nice stretch here. Swapping sides when you're ready, keeping that breath flowing. And then play with bending both knees, pushing the belly back towards the thighs, feeling springy and light. And from here you can walk your feet to your hands, or your hands to your feet, depending on how you feel today. Make sure that you're not locking out the legs and really jamming the lower back. Try to bend the knees, which will allow you to lift the sit bones up and enjoy a nice forward fold. You've got options here. You can grab opposite elbows, drop the chin and ragdoll it out. You can have the arms free, or you can go for a forward fold. If you feel a big pull in your lower back, try bending your knees a little bit more. Keep creating space here. Keep exploring. Try to focus on feeling a stretch into your hamstrings. The more that you tip the weight forward towards your toes, the more the pelvis will come forward, the more stretch you'll feel. Lovely big exhales here are going to help us create space. With the upper body, you can just release all tension. A couple more breaths if your body allows. And to come out, we're going to come out really slowly, please. So bend your knees, tuck your chin to your chest, find the core, and so slowly begin to roll up so that your head will be the last part of the body to lift. Well done. And then once you're up, you get a little moment just to shake it off, have a little play, create space, anything to do with circling the shoulders or the arms, moving the hips and the pelvis. Anything like that that's going to feel nice for you will be good. So for the next one, you might need a wall to balance off depending on how your balance is. But here's what we're going to do. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Find a little bit of core strength. Optional wall for balance. One heel comes in towards your bum, doesn't matter which one. And when you're there, try to avoid this happening. Big arch in your lower back. We're going to wrap in with the core. Pull the heel into your glute. And see if you can find a stretch now in the front of your leg into your quad. If this hurts your knee, you can back out a little bit, see how it feels for you. So don't hurt the knee, but look for that stretch down in front of this leg. We're going to pull heel in, drive your pubic bone forward, wrap in with your core, maybe lift the chest and just breathe into this stretch. Hopefully balancing okay here too. About 10 seconds and nice big powerful exhales while you're in it. Then when you're ready, you're going to release that leg, give it a little shake out. You can turn to the other side of the wall if you need it for support. Core starts nice and strong. Pull the heel into your bum, holding the foot, and then watching out that you're not letting the ribs pop and your lower back arch. So we really want strong core, heel in, knees lining close together, and the stretch anywhere from your hip flexor down into the front of your quad. Breathing into this position, neck should feel free. If you squeeze your glutes a little bit and drive the pelvis forward, that will generally help us to find a deeper stretch in that tissue. Remember, if this hurts your knee, don't do it, it's not worth it. You can find something else. A couple more breaths here. I'm going to release gently and slowly. I'm just going to work the hips a little bit, but not too much. So we won't be in for too long. I'd love you to find a nice wide stance with your legs. So maybe as wide as I am now. You'll notice for now my toes are turned slightly out. What we're going to do is almost like a very wide squat. So you want your feet to feel strong. As you bend your knees, I want you to try and drive your knees out in the same direction as your toes and then come back up. Some of you might know this as goddess pose. We're just going to do a few times. Knees out, core strong, chest is up, and come back. So let yourself and your body warm up into this nice wide squat, into this position today. And then we're going to pop down into it and hold it if you can. You can adjust your stance, your feet so it feels comfy. Don't let your knees cave in like this. We want them out, wide. same direction as your toes. Legs should be feeling it, shouldn't be any pain in the knees. This area in the legs are looking strong. From here, if you can, I'm going to show you from the side. We're going to hold that wide spot and then see, is it possible to tuck the tailbone under and let it lift, and tuck under and let it lift. And the chances are, as you're doing that and breathing, you will feel different kind of hip stretches. We're going to give your legs a little break now, so come back up, give them a little moment, and if your pelvis allows you to tip one side to the other, we'll do that. Find the breath, let all of that effort go, and when you're ready now, keeping that lovely wide stance, strong core, long neck, we're going to drop down again. This time with your hands on your thighs, we're going to lean into your right side. Think about the left side of your body. Inhale, long neck. Exhale, glide over to the right. Create all this space. Elbow can be bent or straight, whatever suits you. Keep breathing here. Legs stay bent. Gently come back up. Keep your legs bent if you can. Left arm relaxes. Right arm creates length. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the side. Side body getting a stretch. Doesn't matter how it looks. Think about how it feels. Keep your knees bent. Keep breathing here. Back through the middle. 2 hands over into your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, sink low for 5, 4, 3, 2. Big hip drive out. Well done. From here, if you like, if your legs are okay, we go a little wider. And this time your feet should be parallel. So the baby toe side of your feet lining up with the edge of your mat. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. For those of you that are a little tighter in the lower back or in the hamstrings, I would recommend bending the knees and then folding forward. For those who are a little more flexible, or maybe you do yoga all the time, we'll keep the legs straight and fold forward. What we're looking for from the spine here is that when you fold, the spine is staying relatively flat rather than rounding as you come down. So let's try it together. Nice wide stance. Really feel your footing, feel your breath. This is our last big stretch today. We're going to create length through the spine as you inhale. Hands on your core or your waist. As you exhale, knees bent or straight, we're going to keep the chest and chin lifted and begin to fold. So it's as if you're pressing up and forwards. Good. Wherever you get stuck, stay there for a little moment. Breathe in. Exhale. And then when you want, you can let the hands come down towards the floor. Chin tuck right into your chest, so your neck grows nice and long. And here you can take your favorite version of a forward fold. So you might want to hook the big toes and draw the elbows out to the side. You might want to bring the hands to the ground, hold the back of the legs, or even take a bind. For some, it'll be really nice just to do ragdoll with those knees bent and create space. So take your time to explore and to feel into what's right for you while you're here. Big deep breaths, of course, nice strong powerful exhales. When we want to come up, I want you to really engage your legs, make them strong. See if you can find halfway lift. So as you inhale, the chest and chin and gaze comes up and forwards. Straight, strong, flat spine. Holding for a little breath or two here. If it feels okay to lift your hands off the floor, do that. And then another big inhale. Held up. All the way up and out. Legs got a big stretch there, so we're going to really slowly bring them back in together. And then find a way to go down towards the floor. Take your time. You can be cross-legged or kneeling or anything else that suits you. Let your hips and your pelvis settle after that. There's quite a lot done for the pelvis and the hamstrings there. Give yourself a little breath or two. Remember, this class can be linked with one of the other ones for neck and shoulders or with the Feel Good Flow. If you have questions, let me know. I recommend always putting a hand on the heart and the belly and finishing with 1 or 2 nice easy breaths where you can. If you have time, just to even lie on the floor and do a little yogi shavasana, even 2 or 3 minutes can be so beneficial. Other than that, thanks so much for practicing with me, and hope to see you soon.